Hey, what's up, y'all? Back with LOTRO. We're here in Angmar. We're gonna continue where we left off. How's everyone doing tonight? So we're continuing the epic quest line. But first I gotta do something along the way. Finish up this quest, Water of Life and Death. Also, let's kill some wargs. I've been playing some of my other characters this past week. Let's clear that shit out. Oh yeah, and I need to remember that I increased the difficulty significantly. How's it gonna be fighting two of these wargs at once? Gotta pay attention to my using all my skills and everything. Also, I think I actually have to start using food. I've never really fucking used food. Here, let's throw on a trail food. Do I have trail food, or do I only have... I only have cooked food right now, I think. Well, fuck it. Let's go, I guess. I don't have nothing. Which is weird, because I just did like a bunch of shit off stream leveling my cooking profession. But I guess I was mainly just focused on leveling it and not focused on actually having anything that I could use. That's fine. I don't think it's like super fucking necessary. I was doing alright like last time. It's fun. It's a challenge, but it's not like it's still not like really difficult. Which like I'm fine with. As long as it's not like super easy, we're good. I don't want to be like dying every two minutes. Just enough of a challenge. Alright, let's get going. We're heading toward Malinhad. We got 2 more of these waters to collect. Let's even remember what was going on. Collect you. Murdagon has asked you to go to 6 springs in the swamp and collect samples of water, which you can use to confirm whether those springs have not yet been poisoned by the filth of Angmar. Got it. Sometimes I pay attention to the quest details, story, whatever, and sometimes I don't. And even if I do, when it's been like a week since I played it, I definitely do not remember. I have been jumping in like at least 5-10 minutes early before stream so that I'm not completely lost when I start the stream. Because that's something I've noticed in the past, that I'll start up the stream like before I like really get my grounding, get my footing. And then like the first like 5-10 minutes of the stream is me just being like, all right, now what the fuck was I doing? try to just cut straight to the point, get straight into it, into the meat of shit. I think that's the way to do it. I was just checking if they want me killing goblins for anything. No Slayer deeds. I'm working on these I'm working on these fucking burglar deeds, but it seems to take an awful lot of those kills to make any progress on it. I guess it's one of those like long-term goals that you just kind of do in the background. I don't really know because I haven't really. This is my highest level character, so this is like the furthest I've gotten. So all of this is new to me still. All right, banner marked pools. Should be an actual banner at the banner marked pools, right? Here we go. Oh, I've not killed like any of these fuckers. There's a whole Slayer deed for them. Oh, shit. Yeah, that shit's always what gets me. Okay. It's always like the feel. It's always like the fire fields that kill my ass. That shit was killing my ass. I wasn't even on, like, before I'd even increased the difficulty, man. That shit was always getting me. It's like, even if you, like, start walking out of it, as soon as as it pops up, it, like, does a lot. It does, like, a lot. It does, like, at least a third of your health and damage. But that wasn't too bad. This time. When I first was running into those salamanders all over like Evendim, some of them were giving me trouble back then. Okay, I think, is that it? Alright, let me just kill this guy. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that was. I need to remember to do my like little debuffs and shit. Oh crap. Oh no, we're good. I had that heal still on there. Cool. Alright, this one's up here. I mean, shit, why not? I'm still working on this. What in the hell? Normally a nice dagger to the back works, but it did not that time. He was like chasing after him, man. I'm like, just throw a fucking dagger in his back. Damn. Alright. Yeah, I think like one of the main differences I'm noticing with the higher difficulties is just like your health takes a lot longer to start going back up. And there's a lot more like debuffs and conditions and stuff on you. I might have to put these on better key bindings, honestly. Yeah, I got a page. Cool. Slowly but surely. Oh, let's not let this fucker throw fire in my face. Ow. I said don't let him throw fire in my face. Fuck. Bitch. Ow. That could have gone better. my fucking stealth broke. Instead of doing the stealth attack that I was trying to do. Must have misclicked some shit. Alright, so we turn this one in over here. And then we're going to make our way down over here. Whatever that is. We're looking for survivors from Goladir's band. Yeah, the other thing in difficulty takes a few extra shots to kill these fuckers when they're already at low health. We're just still working on this book of knives. So I'm like, let's just kill them while we're here. It's still experience, right? No, sometimes I feel like the skills just take a minute to get going. I'm like double clicking shit. It's not like it doesn't feel like super responsive all the time. It's probably just me, but there we go. I do really like this map a lot so far, though. It's very cool. It's very weird, but it's very cool. Then I only just got here, so I'm sure there's a lot of different shit. This is just like one like small section of Angmar. Haven't even gone up Carndoom or any of this other shit yet. And at least one of the quests I have wants me to start heading toward heading back to Evendim. There's something over there, which is great and all, because I got like some other ones that I literally just never turned in for some reason. Been a minute, so I don't remember fucking why exactly, but what is this? Pocket item that I'm not gonna use. Great. Oh, this is shit I'm not doing. Here, let me sell some stuff really quick, if you don't mind. Fluffy Cake 1. Hi, how are you? I'm doing good. How are you? I guess we'll just sell that. Fuck it, I'm just gonna sell this shit. Oh, Forochel. What have I been up to? I've just been streaming this like once a week and doing some drawing streams. I started streaming on Fridays. So now I'm streaming about twice a week. Or should I say I'm streaming about twice a week again. Yeah, it's been good progress. And I'm actually somehow finding time to do everything. Like, I don't know how the hell I've managed to have like work, life, stream, art balance, but I have. So that's pretty sick. Do I like this game? Yeah, I love this game. I've been playing for about the past year. Well, so I've been streaming it for about a year, a little over a year. And before that, I was about 2 years before that, I was playing it. So there was like a long period of time where I wasn't playing it, and then got into streaming and decided to start doing this. This is the furthest I've gotten. I've gotten highest level character, so long way to go. But it's fun. There's a lot of good. I've noticed that like part of the reason I decided to stick with this with LOTRO is because first of all, there's like a lot of other good good streamers. Like I feel like there's a good community of streamers in this game, and it's also the one that I've just noticed like the most consistently people are like tuning in. But yeah, I do play some other stuff too. I don't know. Like I kind of jump around between things. I try out different things. I don't think there's anything else that I'm like consistently streaming. I mean, in my free time, I like a ton of other stuff. I'm working through Ocarina of Time very, very slowly. So I'm like going back and like playing old shit, you know, that I never played like when they came out. It's like shit from like my childhood. Like I'm like a 90s kid. So like I grew up when like a lot of the Legend of Zelda shit was coming out, and aside from a little bit of Twilight Princess, I'd never played them. Same with like Pokemon. Like I caught up with Pokemon in college, I think. And then I started playing through like the Legend of Zelda games in college. I did finally finish Twilight Princess and everything, but any fighting games? My friend wants me to play the Undisputed, but no, not normally. In the past, I've liked like the Marvel vs. Capcom games and like Soul Calibur and shit like that. But like it's been a long time. But I actually just got out my PS2, like reset up my PS2 recently. So I still have like Soul Calibur and shit for that. Like that was like one of my favorites from back then. But I only have like the one. But yeah, I play like a ton of different. Like I play a wide variety of stuff. I mean, like RPGs are definitely my favorite genre if I had to pick. But yeah, I play everything, man. I did stream Baldur's Gate a couple times, but I feel like maybe it's like a little bit oversaturated here on Twitch. Because like so many people stream it, and it's like I was just like, there's just way too much like competition with other people that play it. But now that patch 8 just came out and crossplay is finally a thing, I'm planning on streaming with my friend who also streams, AW125. I'll see if I can do a shout out. Shout out. How do I do a fucking shout out? Let's see. Anyway, but yeah, I might stream with him like probably not this week, maybe next week. So cuz he plays on like Xbox, I think, and he started streaming it before I started streaming. And like honestly, he's kind of the reason why I finally like bit the bullet on starting streaming. But I was like asking him, I was like, "Man, can I like jump in?" But yeah, unfortunately at that time like and for a long time like crossplay hasn't been a thing. But like now that it's out, I asked him. I'm like, dude, we should stream together. So yeah, you guys can look forward to that. Hopefully he'll be able to. He said he's like his schedule maybe like a little bit. Where am I from? I'm from like East Coast. I'm like DC in the United States. How about you? Let me see if I can get some tasks here. What do I actually have? Canada, nice. Alright, hold up. What do I fucking have? Halberds, broken greatswords. I don't do these unless I already have the items. Where am I turning in this quest? Search for survivors from Gallaudet are supposed to be here. Is this it? Yeah, here we go. Who are you? If you are not a servant of the shadow of Angmar, how then did you pass through Ramas Deluan and not perish? Coronir sent you? That is joyous news. Your coming is a trump of victory to us. Hell yeah. It is a pity that Coronir could not steel his heart against the watchers of Ramas Deluan. The power of the watching stones is terrible. Many of the hillmen tried to flee back through Ramas Deluan and perished. We marched on, but ere we ever came unto Carndum, we were beset by orcs and creatures more terrible. Gallaudet was lost and our numbers were scattered. The scarce remnant that remains has barely managed to avoid the snares of the enemy for these last few years, but I fear Angmar has grown too strong, and we will not be able to hide forever. I have learned that one party of my kindred is encamped at a place called Gath Forthnear, far to the north in the eastern reaches of Himbar. Go to them, if you would, and lend them what aid you may. What's the most challenging game you ever completed? Oh, man. That's a good question. Oh, fuck. There's a lot. I was saying, like, last time, like, I don't really normally play games on, like, super hard. Like, I'm like the person who's just like, oh, I'll just play normal. I just want to, like, I want to have a little bit of challenge, but I don't want to, like, bang my freaking head. But I increased the difficulty on this recently. And, so recently the most challenging one that I played was, I guess, Cyberpunk. Because I had that on, I put that game on hard mode. And then I, like rage quit. Well, like, no, I didn't rage quit because of the hard mode. I, like, stopped playing it for a little bit because I had a save bug. And then when I picked it up again, finally, like, by the time I picked it up again, I had forgotten that I had it on hard mode. So I'm like, man, this fucking shit is hard. And then, like, I didn't even think about it until, like, probably about halfway through the game when I was, like, playing the DLC, Phantom Liberty. And then I was on like one of the boss fights on that, and I'm like, you know what? I think this might be in hard mode. But I didn't check, and then I got through that fight, and I checked, and it was on hard. The whole game I did on hard. I think it's like the first game I've probably played on hard. But that's like recent memory. I feel like games used to be so much harder when I was like a kid. Games were so much hard. I mean, I also wasn't very good at gaming when I was a kid. I'm still not the best. I'm getting better. But I feel like games were way fucking harder in like 90s, 2000s. Like, but I can't really think what is like a fucking hard game that I played. I mean, like, I've recently been working through Dark Souls, but I'm like halfway through after like whenever the remastered came out. I'm like literally at Ornstein and Smog. The thing is, I can't play those, like, I can't be one of those people. Like, I can't be a person that plays. Yeah, I started Elden Ring, but I think I need to just I think I can only play one of those games at a time, because like I already can't be like just playing that like full time. Like, I have to play it in like very small doses, because I'm not very good at them. And I definitely get too frustrated, like, banging my head against the wall, like, the same part, like, over and over again. Yo, what's up, Master Pokemon? How you doing, bro? I haven't heard from you in a while, man. How you been?
Greetings.
Here, let's turn these real quick.
What do you want?
Alright. I'm gonna finish up these real quick. I get one more on my tasks at hand. Do I still have the halberd? No, okay. Alright, we're just gonna turn this one in. Where'd that fucker go? Do I have any favorite character from any game? Oh man, this is... These are good questions, but I feel like I don't have good answers. Favorite character from any game? Shit, I love like the Jak and Daxter games.
What do you want?
Like those are, I mean, it's partly just because I love the games, but I feel like them as like a duo stands out a lot. Sorry, sometimes I was on another live stream or busy studying. I've been doing kind of college now. Oh, that's good. Good for you. What are you studying right now? That's Master Pokemon. What are you studying right now? Can I turn in the rest of these? I know I finished my other task, but I can still fucking... It gives you like a lot of reputation, so... Radiology technology, okay. Radiology technologist. Is that like the people who like, you know, like run the machines at like the hospital, or is it like a radio technician? I was looking into that for a little bit because it's a pretty solid job, and I think you just have to get like a 2-year degree, but I don't know if that's what you're talking about. I looked in that for a little bit when I was in college because I kind of had like the period in college where I kind of was like it did really badly the first like year, and I was like, do I have to do something different? Yes, like people who do X-ray, CT scans, mammogram. Yeah, that's what I was looking into too. That's like pretty solid. Like the other reason I think like my dad was suggesting it to me at the time was because, you know, like I do like my creative shit too. I do my drawing and whatnot. And he's like, I feel like that would be a good job. That like pays good, but like, you know, you just go in, you work however many hours, you go home, and you can, you know, leave your work at work.
Will you help me?
Which, I mean, I still kind of ended up with a job like that, but it took me a little bit to get to the part where I actually feel like I have more free time to be productive on other shit like streaming, art, whatever. I actually have energy now. Well, for me, it's 3 years. Let's see how it goes. Good luck. Yeah. I think that's like a solid choice. That's definitely like a good career or a good job. Alright. Tools of the orcs, breathing. So basically, we have to kill a fuck ton of orcs. Hell yeah, that sounds about right. Lord of the Rings game. Just kill a shit ton of orcs. Works for me. Do I have my stable unlocked here? Good. I just want to make sure that I do that. Alright. Talk to net. What is this one? Breathing space. Okay, why does it look like it's in this area? Am I stupid? Let's see. There are Blogmol and Krajarn orcs throughout eastern Malinhad, north of here. Defeat many orcs and attempt to give the dwarves some breathing room. Okay. I don't really like health area, but makes money. I got you. My wife's a nurse. I'm pretty sure she told me that she literally like just did it because somebody told her like, if you want to make money, be a nurse. I don't know that she necessarily had any interest at the time either. Somebody was just like, be a nurse. She's like, okay. And hey, it worked out. It worked out. Like my job is like pretty solid, but I don't like, at least like right now I'm just like kind of starting out. I don't make much. But like I carried her for a while when she was like working on trying to get her license to be a nurse here. So she can carry me for a little bit too. We're trying to buy like a house like this coming year. My mother literally recommended this field to me, saying you make money, only have to work what seems like 4 hours a day. I was easily good. Yeah, that's literally basically what my dad told me. Make money, go home. Make money, go home. Make money, go home. I can't imagine it's a very stressful job either. Why are these motherfuckers so much higher level than me? Am I in like a bad place? These are all level 47, bro. Alright, you know what? I already have this shit on like hard mode. Let me fucking... Should I go somewhere else and come back? Fuck. Find the rangers of... This one's even 46. I'm like a little under leveled here, man. Let me fucking... I know they want me to go talk to this guy. I think we gotta go to Forochel and come back. Because I'm a bit under leveled. Yeah. We's a bit under leveled. We're gonna have to go. Let's go through Evendim and come back. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty stressful since it's health, but you know, like the same area I'd like to be in. Is that easy to excel in? I mean, I feel like... Do you feel like it's gonna be stressful because it's health? I mean, you're just like running the machine. You're just like basically running the machine for people, right? I mean, it's not like being a nurse or a doctor where the person is gonna die because you do something wrong. I mean, you're like basically just running the machine, right? I mean, obviously, I'm sure like studying in school is fucking hard. I'm sure like being in college for that is gonna be stressful. But at least based on what I know about that, it seemed like the job itself wouldn't be bad. I mean, like, I could never be like a fucking nurse or a doctor or anything that it's like, I fuck up, somebody dies. I would never do that shit in a million years. Or not even die. Like, if I had a job that if I fuck up, somebody could be injured or hurt, like, even temporarily, I feel like I couldn't do it. I don't want to be responsible for anybody else's, like, health and body. Like, honestly, like, I just don't want any fucking responsibility, basically. Like, you know, like, at my job, like, some people want to be, like, supervisors. I would never fucking do that in a million years. Like, my job, I just have to worry about my shit. I mean, it's not to say I don't have any responsibilities for anything. Like, I'm doing stuff, but it's not... Anyway. Because of what I do, I don't really want to mention it on here, but... Let's just say I'm a spy. No. No, it's just, I mean, I don't really mind that much if somebody, like, finds it out, but I'm not gonna, like, try super hard to hide it or anything, but yeah. It's just, you know how people look at your, like, social media and you look at all that blah, blah, blah. I just, like, I feel like it would just be a lot of drama. It's just that situation where you're, like, where they're gonna be like, oh, you represent the blah, 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 even when you're not in the office. And I can always be like, blah, 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 anything that I say on here, blah, 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 is not blah, blah, blah of the blah, blah, blah. But, yeah. I mean, it's probably one of those things that's, like, inevitable to go one way or the other. Like, if this stream, if I ever, like, blow up, then I'll deal with it at that point. Yeah, I mean, I'm never, like, super trying to, like, hide it. Like, I do talk about it, probably enough that people could figure it out, but... I guess I would just hope that saying, like, anything I say is not representative of the views of blank would be enough. Although I try to avoid being, like, super controversial on here anyway. But I don't know, you know how fuckers are, right? Like, you know how people are about this shit. Like, basically, I mean, that's true with basically anywhere you work, is that they're gonna be like, oh, you know, they're gonna be like that. Especially on the internet, where everything is forever. They're gonna be like, you said this thing somewhere on the internet, and now we're gonna get rid of you. Okay, so I'm literally just, like, wandering. I need to get back, basically I need to get to Evendim. So is, like, basically the question is it faster to go all the way through here, or can I do something better? Because basically right now, all the shit that I have is, like, at least 2 levels above me. And I'm not quite sure how that happened when I've been doing all of the quests along the way, but... Yeah, but really I'd like to kind of be at a 50-50, since I could just be taking the images for a routine exam, or I could also be taking the images of someone who's involved in an accident, and my judgment would tell me whether the person had something bad in their body or not. But those are things for later. I just started a month ago. Don't need to worry about that yet. No, definitely just focus on what's right in front of you. Like, that's how I've gotten through the past, like, 5 years. Just, hell, 10 years even. I mean, not just my job. I've been at my job about 5 years, but, like, life in general, that's, like, the fucking way to do it. Like, anything that you can't control right now, forget about it. Like, just focus on what's in front of you. That's the way to live. I mean, not for everything, of course. Like, you know, you gotta figure out where the fuck you're going, but... Is this gonna totally suck? I mean, the thing is... Let me see. Actually, it might be faster for me to go back to the Shire, because Evendim is right there. That might be faster. Because if I do this, I have to go through North Downs to Evendim. I mean, either way, it's gonna suck. How about I just go to the... I'm gonna go to the Shire. I'm gonna go to the Shire. I'm gonna... This is dumb, but I'm gonna do this as long as I'm there. Because both of these motherfuckers are in Mishal Delving, I think. No, that's Thornhall. This is here, though. This is the dumb thing that I'm gonna do really quick. And then let me put some stuff in shared storage. Let me get my cabbages. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab some shit out of here for myself. Here's some barrow iron. I actually need that. Oh, I forgot I had these things, and I forgot I had stuff in housing storage. I'm gonna have to go... I've been trying to catch up my crafting on some other characters, and I'm behind on some of them. There's some materials in here. I need to remember that. I was also thinking about doing digital design exteriors too, Seems like I'm a bit of a masochist. I want to suffer with two colleges at the same time. So I will tell you that if you really, really want to do digital, do you mean like you? Well, I mean, I think you mean like digital design, graphic design, something like that. If that's something you're really passionate about, but if not, maybe not. I mean, I don't know how like your economy, whatever is, but for me, I went 5 years to get a fucking bachelor in fine arts, and I'm not using it. I spent about, and one of the things I was looking into was doing graphic. I did apply to a bunch of graphic design jobs. I spent like fucking, let's see, I graduated in 2016. I didn't get my current job until 2020. So those 4 years, I just went between different stuff, getting laid off, whatever. But like most of the time, I mean, none of the jobs that I worked in were doing what I studied to do. Like basically anyone will tell you about that, about art degrees or design, even design degrees. Like design is probably better. Like that's why I ended up starting looking for graphic design stuff, because it was better than, it was more, there were more jobs out there than for like just general art shit. But it's just like I guess I was probably not specialized enough in that. Like my other artist friends were like, oh, you don't really do graphic design. But like it's pretty competitive basically. So unless your shit is like, I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. I don't feel like I wasted, like I don't feel like I wasted that. Like I don't feel like if I could go back and not get my art degree, I would. Like I don't feel like regret over that. And I mean, I'm using it in kind of my own time, but like it's not making me money. So I had a good experience. I learned good stuff. It's just I'm not, using it. I mean, I'm using it, but I'm not, it's not my profession. Take that what you will. I don't want to discourage people that want to do that though. Like as I said, if you're passionate about it, do it. Like no question, do it if you're passionate about it. Like you don't know unless you try. It's just something you have to consider. I would go radiology, man. I would go radiology if I would stick to that. Cuz if you do the radiology, you'll get a good job, you'll make good money. You'll go home you'll go home like early every day. You can have a work-life balance, you can socialize, you can do your art in your free time. Like that's kind of how it worked out for me. Like I'm doing a job that I can literally finish my job as early as I want to finish my job. It just takes me doing certain stuff. And then when I go home, I can do whatever I want. That's the way to do it. Like, get yourself set up for stability and success first. And then you can pursue art on your own time. That's just like the most practical advice for somebody who wants to do art. Or just be prepared for lots and lots of grinding and lots of hustling. And lots of being unemployed in the meantime. Because I spent 4 years looking for a job doing art, and then I spent like at least like a year or more trying to get my comic off the ground so that I could do it. And it didn't happen. Alright, well this is gonna be the boring part of my stream. Man, I've been trying to, well it's alright. I've been doing some pretty content heavy streams. I've been doing like mission. But as I said, I need to end up in Evendim. Because I'm a bit under-leveled. They're sending me there for some shit. Everything in Angmar is 2 or 3 levels above where I'm at. So this is the time that we do a little bit of wandering. So I think I'll take a sewing course to start. Maybe if I like this area of making fabric in pieces, I can start making fursuits in the future since I'd like one. Besides, they sell like gold litter. Now that is true. People pay a fucking fortune for that shit. Not personally my thing, but I've known people who either were into that or knew about that, and yeah, that's, talk about expensive hobbies. It's either that or Magic the Gathering for expensive hobbies. Or guns if you're into that. Or, okay, there's actually a fair number of expensive ass hobbies. I'm fortunate that like my hobby is like the least expensive. Drawing. I like doing art. And I like learning languages. Both are not expensive. My friend who's like super into magic was trying to was teaching me a couple times ago. I had one over to his house and him and his friends were teaching me. But also I'm like, I know that this is gonna be a lot of money. He's like, well, I literally lend you a deck, and I'm like, okay, cool. Well, like also if I got really into it, I feel like it would be. I'm like, I don't know. People who play that always say that getting into it was a mistake because it's such an expensive hobby. Magic the Gathering, I mean, not the other one. Where the fuck is this person? I'm sorry, my brain is completely out of the window. Okay. This is like a completely necessary detour. I absolutely have to join the cooking guild right this minute. Yes. Welcome to the Cooks Guild. This is an excellent faction for cooks who are looking to benefit from their experience. As the leader of this faction, it is my role to oversee the advancement of your reputation as you trade your items in. I will gladly collect everything you make from our old guild recipes. To collect the recipes to make the items I seek, you should speak with Honesty Goodbody, and then with Annie Haywurst. They will help you to get started. That's it. That's it. Improved recipes. Apple pie filling. Oh, you know what I have on here? I have these fucking... you can make, the fucking... What is it? This is the weirdest shit. You can make blueberry pie filling, but there's no recipe for that shit. You have to get it here. No, this is so random right now. Let's not get sucked into this. This was supposed to be a quick detour. Alright, well, at least I know about it. I can come back to the Shire anytime. We are going to go to Evendim. This is literally the way of, and I'm trying to, like... I always try to do this. I'm like, if I'm going through somewhere... Did I not? Oh, they still want me to... Hold up. I mean, I can literally come here anytime, dude. I just... Whatever. But where... Like, who the fuck am I talking to? Oh, here. You will notice that I have many new recipes for sale. As your crafting ability increases, more recipes will come available, so check back with me often. The items of repast are made from the recipes I sell. Those items are the ones you may give to Asoleth in exchange for your reputation. This is the only way to gain reputation. It's best to start early.
How can I be of service?
I'm the vendor you should come to when you're ready to reap your rewards. I might not have anything you can use just yet, but my recipes will be available once you reach your reputation with us. The goods you can make from my recipes are far superior to any other recipe you will find, and you will guarantee the utmost success in crafting. Make sure you come back again once you reach acquaintance level with the Cook's Guild. Alright, cool. We're not doing this. We are not doing this right this minute, but we will come back later. Not on stream. I just wanted to do this as long as I was going through Mission Delving anyway. Because the Shire, I believe, is the fastest way to Evendim. Onward we go. Onward we go. Onward to Evendim. I don't know. Maybe it was faster to just go through North Downs. Whatever. Let's go. What's done is done. I don't think I even have like basic reputation with the Matham Society. Man, a language course sounds interesting. I'm a bit wary of that. It seems interesting. I'm always afraid I'm wasting my time when I could use Duolingo or something. Yeah, I just Duolingo. Well, no, okay, so as far as what I've done, learning languages, right now I'm using Duolingo for Spanish. But that's only because I already have /had significant like classes in Spanish, so I have enough of the foundations to teach myself. I would not use Duolingo or anything like that to learn from an introductory perspective, because, well, most native speakers say that Duolingo is not very good. Like, I'm just using it basically to learn like basic like grammar and like literally just like, not even that. I'm literally just basically just using it for vocab. So, and like and then the other thing about using an app like that is by doing that by itself, you're never gonna learn to speak doing that by itself. You can learn to read and you can learn to write. You're never gonna learn to speak from like an app alone. So my Spanish in terms of vocabulary and knowledge is like maybe intermediate level. Like, I can read and write most things, but speaking is like very, very, very basic. And that's because even if you know the vocab, speaking is hard. Like, in order to learn to speak, you have to speak. So I'm really not doing it enough to learn to do it. Like, I'm not regularly speaking Spanish with anybody enough that I'm gonna, like, currently. I'm basically just trying to, like, maintain and maybe slightly improve my like vocab. And I'm speaking Spanish with people kind of as the opportunity arises. And then the other thing for my language learning is I have been learning Thai for like the last year or so because my wife is Thai. And so to compare with what, to actually give you an example of what I was saying with the Spanish, how what I'm currently doing is not going to get me to speak Spanish. To give you an example of that, I have been learning Spanish since not consistently this whole time. There was a long time where I wasn't, but since like middle school, I learned like 7th, 8th grade, I took Spanish. High school, I took Spanish. I maintained some of that like fundamental knowledge. I carried over some of that fundamental knowledge. Then I went back to it on Duolingo. And then I was like off, not consistently doing it. And then I've only been consistently doing it like the past year or so. And as I said, like no speaking practice. So, whereas opposed to Thai, where I've been learning like little bits since I started dating my wife about 7 years ago. But I only started like learning it about a year ago. And already my speaking ability in Thai is better than my speaking ability in Spanish, even though my knowledge and vocabulary is a lot less. And I think that's the thing that people do wrong when they learn language. Like, speaking it is way more important than like knowing words. I can already see that Master Pokemon says, I can already see that my path will be to be in an X-ray room with a fursuit speaking English. LOL. Yeah. Yeah, but my speaking ability in Thai is already better than my speaking ability. Well, actually, I don't know if that's true. But that's only because like I've been speaking the Spanish more. But my speaking ability in Thai is probably about at the level of my speaking ability in Spanish, even though I have a lot more Spanish knowledge and vocab, simply because I was speaking Thai right off the bat with learning it. Whereas Spanish, I went like probably over 10 years of like learning it in theory and not speaking it. Which is really silly when you realize that like all of my friends like middle school through high school and even some college, a lot of them were Spanish speaking. But the thing is, and I've discovered this with my wife as well. Like she follows a lot of, like she was learning English. She was following a lot of like language YouTubers and stuff. And the thing is, whatever language you start speaking with somebody, you're not going to speak anything other than that language with that person. So even though I had like a ton of Spanish speaking friends, like it makes sense. Then unless I like force myself to be like, oh hey, practice Spanish with me, like you're not going to. Like even with my wife, I don't really speak Thai that much. Man, I really want to be like the surgeon who was at a Halloween party and got called in for emergency surgery and had to do it dressed as the Joker. The difference is that I want to be in a fursuit. I'll probably get fried in heat, but minor complications. Dude, that's hilarious. That's great. What do they say? Don't dress for the job you have, dress for the job you want. Actually, no, neither. Dress for the job. Dress for the job that, or dress in a way that would be entertaining and completely unrelated to the job you're actually doing. Meaning dress as the Joker and be a surgeon. Dress in a fursuit and be a... What does enmity to the spiders do for me? I think I decided I didn't give a shit about that. I know it's like all it's your racial shit. Enmity to spiders, Hobbit resilience. Oh, that's resilient. I can probably pretty much one-shot these fuckers. Noted, it's gonna be my first tattoo. I may be a furry, but I'm the one who sees what you're like inside. That's hilarious, man. No, your tattoo should just be dressed in a way that's hilarious when paired with your job. Although I'm not sure how most people would feel about honestly, I'm not sure how most people would feel about getting a MRI from a furry. Just saying. No offense intended. But anyway, that's it for now. I'd also like to take some technology course since I barely know anything about computers. You're probably doing better than... Well, I don't know. I don't know. I guess a lot of... I don't know what is, like, how normal is it for people to, like, watch stuff on Twitch? I don't know. How much of the population watches Twitch? Dude, I'm always impressed with my dad. My dad is 71. My dad just turned 71. And he keeps up on, like, some of the technology stuff he keeps up on better than I do. Like he knows more, like, shit about, like, all the stuff that the smartphones can do now than me. But that's because I don't really give a shit about most of it. But he uses, like, his voice assistant. He uses, like, I'm like, I don't know anything about that. But he keeps up on shit really well. So don't say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Like, people always think that it's, like, a generational thing, right? Like, that if you weren't grow up in that generation, that you're not gonna understand technology. It's not true at all, though, because my dad is more. As I said, my dad is, like, 71. And he is, like, on top of shit. Like, I feel like he probably... I mean, I'm sure he doesn't know... I mean, he doesn't know as much about, like, computers as me. But he keeps up more on the smartphone stuff than me. He knows about, like, all the AI stuff. I mean, most of, like, the boomers and shit his age think those AI videos are real. My dad is, like, plenty aware of all of that. Yeah, I can imagine what it would be like. Master Pokemon says, I can imagine what it would be like, but you know I'm a furry. A species known for its lack of hesitation to embarrass itself. True. You just, like... That's, like, the... I think that's the way to live life. Just fucking... fully embrace the cringe. Not that I'm necessarily saying that's cringe, but I'm saying most people think it's cringe, so it's cringe. Speaking as somebody who embraces his cringe. I think that's the way to live. Fuck what anyone else thinks. Like, do what makes you happy. I mean, within reason. As long as you aren't being, like, obnoxious to other people. Do what makes you happy. Like, I only care about what people think up to the point that I'm like being a difficult person. Like, I'm very self-conscious about that. Like, I do not want to be the person that makes things more difficult for other people or whatever. But other than that, yeah, this is going to be another one where I spend at least a third of the stream going around the long way. So we're going to, okay, so we're going to end up in Forochel. That's where this is. This one, Lost Fellowship, is in Forochel. I'm sure I'm not saying that correctly. Man, another thing, Master Pokemon says, another thing I really like is psychology. I keep imagining the face of a patient coming into the office and seeing a furry sitting there. Oh god, I would pay to see that scene. I like psychology too, although I'm more interested in... I'm not like interested at all in like... I'm interested in like psychology of like neurotypical people in the way, or like, I mean, people in general, in like the way that you can, not want to say manipulate them, but I'm interested in like how people I guess you would say I'm interested in the way that like how people like psychologically react to stuff or deal with stuff. But really, I'm mainly interested in psychology in terms of like mental health. That's mainly what got me interested in psychology. Like psychological disorders. That's the shit I'm really interested in. I'm bipolar and ADHD, and I have at least three autistic friends now. And like I really like understanding understanding about those things. I would like to study people's feelings and social perception. It seems like something so problematic and cool. I wouldn't say problematic. I mean, isn't that literally what like psychologists do? Well, psychologists and no, what is it I'm thinking of? That's literally a career. Is like studying people's like social perception. Like that's literally a thing. I'm just blanking out on what it is. That's literally a thing. I wouldn't say that's problematic. That's literally like a thing that people do for a living. Is study like human behavior and shit. So oh, that's a Numinos. I ain't doing that shite. Alright, let's go to Forochel. Let's find Sin League. That's not completely awful. That took about 20 minutes. Master Pokemon says, it depends on the topics. I would love the topics of religion, sexuality, and adolescence. These are topics I love to see people talking about for a long time. It would be great to have someone in front of me just to talk about this. Those are good topics. I know I could fill a fucking book with my thoughts on religion. Sexuality is a really interesting one too. That's true. It's way more complicated than I think most people like to think it is. I feel like people like to think that it's a lot more straightforward than it is, and that they're uncomfortable acknowledging the complications of sexuality. Society in general, at least particularly American society, gets very bothered by anything other than very vanilla heterosexual discourse. Besides, it would be cool since here in Brazil it already become quite complicated, especially religious topic. Certain things have almost become a joke. Well, I don't know anything about culture as it relates to those things in Brazil. Can you expand? I just know that Americans are like, I feel like we're moving in a direction, but we're still pretty big fucking prudes in America. We want to see somebody's like head get chopped off before we want to see like sexuality. That's how it was. Okay, that's how it was when I was growing up. I don't think it's like that now. That's how it was when I was growing up. It was like, hey kid, you're 11 years old. Do you want to see a movie where the bad guy blows the head off of somebody? That's great. You can do that. It's technically an R-rated movie, but people won't be too bothered if you watch that. Oh, you want to watch a movie that has bare breasts? Oh God, oh heavens no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh heavens no. Oh heavens no. A woman's nipple? No, you can't see that. Just watch the violent movie where the hero kills a bunch of dudes in really gory ways. Master Pokemon said, it would be cool too. I end up being more interested in things that hurt others, since religion and sexuality is something that people resist admitting or seeing things outside of boxes. It would be fun to poke around. Yeah, that wound. Yeah. Oh, 100%. I'm like, that's basically what I'm saying. People absolutely fucking resist things that don't fit in those boxes. 100%. Also, here in America, we want to like ban pornography, but then we want everyone to have a gun. And I'm like, okay. Which, like, by the way, I don't have anything against guns. I'm actually, like, pretty, like, alright with that. It's more just, like, the like, just the complete backwards shit of, like, I just think it's so funny, people that are so scared of sexuality and are like, oh no, protect the children. But then, like, they're also like, I want to teach my kid how to shoot a gun at like 5 years old, and don't you goddamn dare take my fucking guns. I'm like, protect the children, you say? I'm gonna piss a lot of people off with that. But I think anybody that I piss off with that is because they don't get the point. People like is like, oh, he said, oh, he said this thing. I'm like, well, that's not actually my point though. As I said, I'm perfectly fine with guns. It's more the hypocrisy that a lot of those people have. It's not that different here. Here in Brazil, the state is secular. One of the most powerful benches has the name Bible, super understanding logic. Yep, same in America. People don't understand that we're supposed to have separation of church and state. The thing is with a lot of these, like, if you want to get in, I mean, I'm not going to get into, like, politics too much, but the thing, I mean, we're already here. The thing is, I will listen to any logical argument that you have. Like, I might, if I disagree with somebody about a political opinion, I will listen to their logical reasoning why they believe that political opinion. The problem is when their logical opinion, I mean the logical reason for their political opinion is based on their fucking religion. As soon as you start talking about your religion for why you believe laws should be a certain way, I'm done listening to you, because that has no fucking place whatsoever in discussion of the law. We have church and state, separation of church and state. If your reasoning is at all based in your religious beliefs, you're done. That's it. You're done. You're wrong already. If you can come up with a reason that is not based on your... Now, it's fine if you believe that this should be a certain way because of your religion, but then you need to come up with an argument that's not related to it. You need to base it in something not religion. And people don't seem to understand. The people that always complain that their religious freedoms are being encroached on are the same people that are trying to force their religious beliefs. They're trying to force other people. They're trying to legally force other people to follow their religion. Like, it's completely bass backwards. It's the same with freedom of speech. The people that are bitching about, like, and I'm not even completely in disagreement about it. I do think that freedom of speech is a fucking issue right now. But the problem is the people that are always complaining that they don't have that, like, people that they don't have freedom of speech and like cancel culture and stuff like that. I'm like, you do realize that the only reason you feel like your freedom of speech is being encroached is because other people are also exercising their freedom of speech. So basically what you're telling me, you're not saying that you care about freedom of speech. You're saying that you want to be free to say whatever you want, but you don't want anyone who disagrees with you to be able to use their freedom of speech. That's what you're telling me. I should be able to say whatever I want, and nobody should be able to dispute me or criticize me for what I'm saying. Now, I do think it's a big issue right now, but these people fundamentally do not understand what it means. I don't completely disagree with them on all of the points. I do think that there is an issue with, like, censorship and stuff like that. But it is not necessarily, like, a freedom of speech issue. Like, if we're talking about, like, so one of the problems that I think we have is social media censoring people. That is 100% a big issue. I mean, you go on Facebook and you have comments that are hidden because they're offensive, and you unhide them, and it's the most completely innocuous shit. Somebody be like, I had waffles for breakfast. Oh, sorry, this comment is hidden because it's offensive. Because they're using these fucking stupid programs like algorithms. And then on the other end of that, I've had experiences on the Meta platform where people have said, like, legitimately hateful and ignorant things, and I've reported those comments, and Facebook comes back to me and says, no, that's fine. That's fine. Like, I've literally, so I'm half Jewish, and I've literally seen comments on Facebook being like, fucking Jew. And then I've reported those comments, and Facebook is like, we found no violations. But meanwhile, if you say anything, it's, so that's my issue with on the freedom of speech thing. It's not really a freedom of speech issue. It's the way that private companies choose to censor their users. Now, again, it's not really a freedom of speech issue because those companies are private companies and they have the right to do that. But that doesn't mean it's not an issue. It's 100%, it's a problem. It's 100% a problem, but it's not a freedom of speech issue. Freedom of speech is the government cannot punish you for what you say. It's not companies cannot do this, or the other thing. Your employer fires you because they think you said something racist. Now, whether or not what you said is actually racist doesn't matter because it's your employer's discretion. Like, your employer has the right to fire you because you said something they didn't like. That's not freedom of speech. Your employer is not the government, unless you are employed by the government. But even then, it's not the government punishing, like putting you in jail. It's not freedom of speech. You can disagree with it and you can complain about it, but it's not really the issue. Anyway, we're getting very we're getting into dangerous waters here. Wait, what did you say? Dude, there's a huge fight once because a guy wanted to take a cross away from the place where they talk about laws and such. Since, like, the state is fucking secular, take that cross away where you have to be secular. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how the laws are and how things are, like, laid out in where you are in Brazil. But yeah, at least here in America, we're supposed to have separation of church and state. So anyway, I'm gonna shift. I'm gonna say I think it's enough about that. Let's shift back. All right. You look like you have come from a long journey. What is your land called, and what is it like? Does it have sand? I do not quite know what that is, but it sounds most interesting. I like to hear tales of distant places, especially after spending a whole day making helka. It helps to break the the tedium of the work. If you are of a mind to assist, I think my mother could use your help. We have been trying to build enough kelka to give some to the elders as well as to the traders, but there are not enough workers helping. Just follow the road into Kapakota. My mother's name is Asia. So are these like hillmen? I think these are like hillmen guys. So this is Forochel, right? Okay, no more controversial topics for now. Yeah, I mean, the thing that's so funny is I fucking try. I try not to do the controversial topics, and I'll just go, let me just dip my toe. Let me just dip my toe. I'm not gonna say anything too crazy, and then I'm too opinionated. It's just gonna. But see, this is what I was saying earlier about my job. If somebody finds out what my job is, okay, but I just do not wish my employer to be like, oh, you are misrepresenting blah, 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 blah. As I said, if it comes to that, then I'll just say, I'll be very clear. My opinion, anything I say here is not representative of blah, 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 and hopefully that's cool. Have you no sense, foolish civilian? Oh, here we go. Here we go. You're having Thanksgiving dinner. I promise I'm not gonna get political. And then me after 3 drinks. Have you no sense, foolish civilian? You dare come into our camp without announcing yourself? But then you approach with the noise of a herd of Norsu, so it is not hard to follow you. We tire of you, civilian. You bring the world's ills with you, sweeping unhappiness into our lands. You will have to make your true purpose clear if you expect us to accept your passage through the tundra. If you wish to proceed further into the northern steppe, speak with the sentry who guards our border with the forest. His post lies along the northwest road.
He will be watching you closely for any signs of questionable intentions.
Okay, Uncle. Go to sleep and get sober. Do I want to set my? Should I set my milestone here? I don't know how long it's gonna have me here. That's always my. So I have like one of the worst like discernment abilities. Like, should I do this or should I do this? And if I'm even slightly uncertain, I always pick the wrong thing. And one of those things is picking up when I should change my milestone. Because I know at some point I gotta go all the way the fuck back to Angmar. Alright.
This is intolerable.
You were sent by Heligdir to ensure we were safe? Yes, that is all well and good. But it is not my fault, you see. Those other fools got themselves lost. If I had my raven, things would be much different. Through the trees, he says. Just go through the line of trees. Ha! Surely we would be wandering for a week or more that way. My shortcut is the only way to... Oh my! I beg your pardon. You see, my fellows and I were on our way to, well, that is of no consequence. In their haste, they took a road that we should not have been following, and it seems I have lost track of them. I quickly dispatched my raven toward the rocky outcropping to the southwest to see if any tracks were left in the snow. So far, she has not returned. I was about to go to retrieve her, thinking she got stuck in the trees, but my bear friend Lyndon is not well and requires my help here. If you are headed in that direction, could you look for her?
What's going on? Oh, here, Asia. Master of Pokemon said, I'm holding back too. Sometimes I'd like to just go on Twitter, which is a place where anything can be criticized, give my humble opinion, and watch the world burn. That's great. Oh, man, yeah, like, I've gotten so much better about it, but I used to do that shit all over Facebook, just to get into these fucking arguments with strangers. And like, most of the time, I was just... It was fun, but I could be an arrogant... Yeah. Yeah. So I totally get your, say your 2 cents and watch the world burn. That's funny. Well, hello, traveler. I see my son has been making friends with all the strange peoples to the south. He should know better at his age, but that is none of your concern, I suppose. As long as you're here, perhaps you could be of some use to us. These past few months have been getting more and more difficult. There are too many beasts in the forest, and there are not enough hunters to collect our supplies for the Kelka. You can help us by collecting moose antlers, sinew, and driftwood. The antlers are important, you see. They're flattened to the luisua of our sleds, keeping them light but ever so strong. Any moose you hunt in our forest should provide you with a generous amount. The sinew comes from the wolverines all around Copa Kota. Their meat is too tough for eating, but perfect for lashing the Kelka together. Oh, is like Kelka like their sled or something? I need a little bit of water. There is something strange about the driftwood, though. The lake cares for it, cradling the timbers until they emerge on the southern shore like smooth gems from a Kivivaki trader's pouch. The wood glows like the moon, and because the Kelkar are formed from it, they will always guide us back to our homes. My people depend upon the Kelkar to take our goods from the village to village. Your help will be greatly appreciated. Okay. Okay, I guess we got our tasks. We have our tasks. Valtteri.
Come, I would speak with you.
Someone of your stature would make a great hunter. The Surmaja would never attack such light fare. If you ever hope to hunt with us, carrying our quivers, you will prove that you can stare the kill down, and not flee at the first sight of a cruel beast like a Surmaja. I hope your Luistin are cared for well. When I awaken this beast, you will no doubt be wearing them out. Slay the Surmaja, and you will earn the right to hunt with the Lumivaki.
Okay. Okay, let's do it. Hello,
Surmaja. The warg's eyes suddenly snap open as it springs up on all fours, ready to strike.
Cool. Master Pokemon says, "It is a dream. Someday I'll make completely anonymous account and I'll start sharing my humble opinions to see Twitter catch fire. Until then, unfortunately, I can't make a legion of unemployed people fight as if I were committing the worst crime against humanity." Sad. Oh man, well, it sounds like you. I don't know. It sounds like you want to be, you want to make controversy. You're just holding back. For me, it's more just that even if I try to hold back, if I even try to dip a toe, as I said, if I even try to dip a toe in something controversial, and I try to say, "Oh, I won't go say anything too much," and then it just gets away from me. It is dead. How can that? Of course, in jest did I say the Surmaja would be difficult to defeat. Why, even a child could have killed such a scraggly runt.
Will you hear my words?
Strange that you could defeat a Surmaja without any training from our hunters. But it had not been fed well in our camp, and it was very sick last week. If you wish to hunt with us, then very well. Go into the woods and collect the fat from the underbellies of the Surmaja. One of our hunters will be able to use it later. Look to the southwest, in the hills behind the lake. That is where you will find the most Surmaja. Alright, to put it in simple words, he wants us to collect warg fat. Cool. No, honestly, like, I love doing, like, the little bit of... I like reading. I like reading aloud. And I like doing voices. This game is actually, honestly, like, so good for it. Because the writing of the, like, quests and dialogue is so good. I don't feel like normally when you play, like, a game, like, you just have, like, this... It's good, man. It's good. I'm not gonna say it reads like Tolkien's writing, but it definitely reads like a fantasy novel, and that's fantastic. Honestly, that shit's probably, like, one of my favorite things in this game. And you get so many, like, different, like, feeling characters that it's great to do voice. It's great to... It's just like a fucking, like, what's the word for that? It's like the mother load of, like, voice acting. Mother load for somebody who likes doing voice acting. No, they are trapping me. Circle around me, and I am so sorry. Just the terror they wrought still shudders through my mortal frame. It was the Susi, what you call wolves, that did this. I thought at first that the wind had spun into a terrible squall, but then they began to howl, insane wailing, like a giddy group of children playing a game. Their hideous screams of delight became snarls as my tent was torn apart. I was sure I would be rent limb from limb, but once they got my meager food supplies, the whole pack vanished. The Susi have always been an evil breed, but with the onset of this frozen winter, they've become more bold and far more dangerous. They raid our guard tents, and some have even assaulted Kopakata. If you wish to gain the trust of the Lumivaki of Kopakota, you will hunt down the Susi and kill as many as you can. They prowl all around us. Hurry! I do not wish to become the Susie's next meal. Kill 14 wolves. see, that's fucking great. He said all that. It sounded really cool. Kill 14 wolves. That's great. That's great. We do have to kill some moose, some meese, right? Meese? Here's a meese. I feel like that moose should be way bigger considering I'm a tiny little hobbit. Collected 1 moose antler. Do we have to kill any wolverines? Yeah. I'm guessing the wolverines have sinew. They either have sinew or somehow they also have moose antlers. No, sinew. Okay. Master Pokemon says, "Oh, I love any controversy. I would easily be the person to make a controversial comment. Watch the world start to burn. Delete the account for the watch." Okay, hold up. I'm not reading that while I'm fighting, dude. Mistake. Yeah. Anyway, it does sound like you love the controversy. I don't know that I love controversy. It is funny. I was telling somebody recently, you know, like I consider myself a very self-aware person. So like, it's funny because I'm always the person to say, oh, you know, like I don't like drama. I try to avoid drama, whatever. And I do think that I try to avoid it. 1 second. Let me not fucking die. I do think I try to avoid it, but talking is a mistake when I increase the difficulty. See, I said I didn't like this game too easy, but at least I used to be able to talk during combat. Now I can't do it. Yeah, cool, we died. Yeah, so I increased the difficulty and I'm enjoying it and I think it's just about right. But I cannot talk. I cannot talk. Okay. That's fine. It'll take some getting used to. I cannot talk too much while I'm fighting. I gotta talk between fights. Okay. That's alright. Let me, Is there anything I can throw up on here? Oh, I've got a bet. Oh no, I can't use that till level 45. All right, whatever. Let's go. Anyway, I guess I can finish what I was saying. Yeah, I was just saying like, you know, I always say, oh, I hate drama. I hate drama. Honestly, I kind of thrive on drama. I don't think it's a complete lie. I do think I try to avoid it. I definitely don't seek it out. I definitely do not seek it out. But at the same time, when it happens, I'm definitely the person to indulge the drama. I mean, not indulge it, but like I talk about it. I do that. As I said, I'm very self-aware, so at least I know when I'm like full of shit. But I wouldn't say I like controversy though. I mean, that's like, I feel like that's a whole nother level
saying that you like say something that you know is gonna like set everyone off and then like walk away. That's like full on chaos gremlin, man. Like, I don't know how I'd do that. Fuck, man. I think this is... Man, this is actually getting quite a bit harder. Oh no, fucking hell. Okay, it's not just the talking. So for anyone who doesn't know, I recently, and by recently I mean last stream, think it was last stream, I increased the difficulty to Fearless. I think it's just the first level of Fearless. Because I was playing on like easy. Somebody was like, isn't this too easy for you? I'm like, yes it is, but I thought about increasing the difficulty. Then I thought it was too late to increase the difficulty, so I didn't do it. And then they're like, no, yeah, you can totally do it anytime. So I'm like, okay, well, increase the difficulty then. Last stream, it was fun. Now I'm like, did I bite off more than I can chew? Or maybe it's, does this have any like negative? No, that's just how long you can do before you can respawn. All right. It's not that fucking hard. Here, we can do this. I just have to actually pay attention to like all my shit. Or maybe it was that specific moose. Was that like a fuck? I didn't pay that much attention. It was one of these yellow ones. Is that any like more difficult than the others? Or just like a higher level? It's just a higher level. I don't know. Alright. Yeah, I think it was just that particular moose did not like me. Well, I'm glad I realized that I needed to come here and that I was under-leveled for my shit in Angmar. I would have had no chance in hell in Angmar. I mean, that shit was like 46 and 47 level enemies. If I'm even struggling with enemies one level above me. Why is he just standing in his own shit over there? He was just like standing in his own poop. I don't know why he was doing that. I mean, I don't mind, man. Make my job easier, but it's just like standing in your own poop. Did he put down something that he couldn't get out of? Am I still dying? I still fucking died. Bro. Okay, I think I'm just dumb. Either I'm dumb or I'm somehow still distracting myself. Hold up. 1 second. Okay. Here. Fuck it. We're gonna have to just... We just have to keep going. I mean, I still like this over being too easy. I need to rebind my keys, though. Because all of this shit is on my control keys. Here we go. I'm gonna rebind this before next time. Now that like these abilities are more important, I'm gonna rebind them. It didn't matter at the easy difficulties to just click them as needed, but I really need to be able to hit them quickly. But see, this is why I like the increased difficulty. Because when I was on easy, I didn't like touch like 90% of my skills. I could just Now I actually have to use everything. So I do like that. I didn't have to do that on my, on like the easier difficulty. Alright. Alright, so this is one of the motherfuckers. Alright, I got this. I can do this before, right? Using the skill will not break stealth. Using the skill will not break stealth. Oh, there's that, like, Sauron level shit. Why is Sauron blasting me with fire through a moose? Okay. Okay. Yep, your arrogance has caught the attention of deadly powers. Dude, that's hilarious. Sauron was blasting me with, like, some fire of the eye through a fucking moose. This difficulty is, like, hilarious. It made sense when I was in Angmar, man, but... He's literally hitting me with columns of fire through a fucking moose. That shit is hilarious, dude. Oh my fucking motherfuck. Oh my motherfuck. Dude, there we go. I'm dead again. Fuck. Well, I was right when I said it'll be a more entertaining stream, huh? When I increased the difficulty. Is it fun to watch me die over? Is it entertaining to watch me die over and over again? I think the only time that dying would be detrimental to a stream's entertainment is if it takes you like and it's a lot of downtime just like walking back. But considering I'm like spawning in the middle of this crap still, like watching Edge of Tomorrow or something, that shit was. Have you guys seen that movie? That shit is hilarious. It was very entertaining just watching Tom Cruise die over and over and over again. What in the fuck? Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this thing. Dude, I love this game, man. Like, literally, the deeper into this shit that I go, it gets more and more fun. This is not at all like Bree. Bree does not do this game justice. There's a reason why everyone quits playing this game in Bree. If I thought the whole game was going to be like Bree, I probably wouldn't have played it. But this shit is fantastic. This is fun. Fucking, I was just in Angmar. This Malinhad shit was fun. This rules. Okay, so like this one buffs my health, but I think the problem is it also makes me not like evade or shit as much. Like this one, Knives Out, yeah, foregoing defense increases your melee damage and returns damage for every attack made against you, but you cannot parry, evade, or block while concentrating on counterattacks. So maybe that's a bit of a double-edged sword there. But I definitely have to use some of this stuff now that, like, I increased the difficulty. I literally didn't have to use, like, 60, 70% of my skills before. I like that my stuff is getting like use. I'm getting use out of it. Alright, so these are wolves, these are not wargs. But apparently I've only killed a couple of them so far. Gotta kill 12 more. Silver. Take some silver. Nine driftwood. More sinew from the wolverines. Nice. Shivering goblin. Okay. Not part of my quest, but I'll kill a goblin. Here, wolf. Okay, that's I'm doing this like rotation a little bit better. I don't know the rotation, but I'm doing like the order a little bit better because what usually I should be using surprise strike after I do double-edged strike. But the way I was doing it before, when I wasn't like necessarily paying that much attention, and then when I was still getting used to it, was I would have already used this would be on cooldown when I was trying to use after I use that. But I think I'm doing a little bit better now. I'm trying to hit 2 and 4 before I hit 2. I mean, not 2 and 4. 3 and 4. There we go. Get that to proc. Like, all you need to get is you need to get a crit to proc double-edged strike. There we go. Nice. Alright, now we're doing a little bit better, I think. That is some sort of named warg. Here we go. Here goes nothing, man. Let's do it. Can I do oops, that's not the right one. I meant to start with the ones that didn't break stealth. That's okay. Don't stand in the you dumbass, don't stand in the thing. Oh, I also forgot I had that, like, emergency getaway ability. Because, again, I haven't needed to use that for a while either. And I hit it too late. Yeah, I haven't needed to use this very much. This will let you, this skill, Hide in Plain Sight, lets you, vanish from combat. It's like an emergency 911 button that I forgot I had because I haven't been needing to use it that much. So if I know that I'm gonna die, I need to hit that before I get to the point of no return. Okay. One more moose. One more moose. to a bad start here. I feel like. There we go. Alright. We need wolverines, driftwood, wargs, and wolves. Wait a minute, let me get my health back. Let me get my health back. Honestly, I probably could use some cooked food though, because those, I think those give you like stats. This other, or no, sorry, not cooked food, trail food. Trail food gives you stats. This shit just like helps you recover. Which I didn't need at all when I was on, oh motherfucker. I always do that, this stealth. I didn't know he was gonna automatically go back in, there we go. I keep breaking my stealth. Yeah, before I only really needed to use this to cleanse my conditions. And usually not until after a fight. Now I feel like I'm having to do that mid-combat. Okay, well the wolverines are dying very quickly. Oh, he saw me. But I still get that strike in there. Got it.
The Eye of Sauron. Your arrogance has caught the attention of deadly powers.
I still think that's funny when you're fighting a fucking moose. Sauron's just going,
This arrogant little hobbit thinks he can fight a moose. I'll show him. Fireball!
like, having a fucking, like, column of fire come out of a moose because Sauron is watching you is... That's so funny. I know I keep saying it, but yeah, it makes sense in Angmar. But then it comes out of a moose and you're like, what the fuck? Alright, that's all the driftwood. Alright. Is that motherfucker ice skating? Oh, that's cool. This guy's fucking ice skating, dude. Look at that. Ah, what's up, dude? Cool. That's pretty cool. Oh, it looks like I made a full circle. I made a full circle back to where I was. Alright. Alright, we gotta get more wolverines. And then we gotta find those wargs. I don't know where those wargs are at. I'm supposed to all be through all the same area. But there's the guy on the sled. Korea. Where did it say I am? Korea? Korea Jarvie. I'm in Korea, guys. Dude, the mammoths are sick. Somebody was asking me if you get like a fucking... If they have mammoth mounts. I don't know. That'd be very cool. I don't think they do. No, actually, somebody wasn't asking me mammoths. They were asking me about the oliphant. They were asking me about the oliphants. I don't know where these wargs are. But these things are fun to fight. They just look cool. probably the most like animation I've seen on an enemy in this game. I gotta find these wargs though. Oh, I see. It's that specific. Is that specific area? Okay, that's actually just that tiny circle there. Okay, I didn't see that. All right, well let's okay, let's go that way then. I still got some wolves and wolverines to kill. Nice. Let's jump on my pony. There's that motherfucker I tried to fight. He tore me to shreds. Oh, wrong ability. That's the problem when my dumbass is trying to click these things. That wasn't even one that I don't have set. That was one of my alt ones. I need to rebind these control ones, but that was an alt one. I didn't even need to do that. The control is just such a weird... I don't know how I'm going to bind them. Control is such a weird one to try to reach to. I think it's either alt, maybe shift would be better. No, that's how I have my, that's what I have my top row set to. But I don't think any of those I have to click quickly. I might be able to just swap those out. Then I don't have to, oh damn it. I was already in stealth. I always accidentally hit stealth when I'm already in stealth. And reset my cooldown. One more of those. Alright, so where's this shit? In like a cave or something? It's supposed to be over here somewhere. Not seeing an entrance quite yet. Here we go. I think this is the way in. Yeah, this should be it. About 6 wolves to go. Food, recover my health a little bit. Alright. Oh, that was a warg. Okay. Alright, now I'm getting some wargs. Sometimes, if I'm not paying attention, I can't tell the difference. I was like a little bit on autopilot there. Oh. I was so involved in doing this, I didn't even see it was already 5 minutes past stream end. We'll go a little bit longer. Why not? Oh, here, this is the raven that. Okay, here we go. Raven looks at you with a forlorn stare, and suddenly starts flapping its wings furiously and darts off toward an opening in the rocks. Okay. You gotta find it again. Blah blah blah. Anyway, we'll do a little bit more, and I'll get off. Technically, as I said, I'm 5 minutes over. Not a big deal, but I'm gonna start wrapping up. Motherfucking Sauron. There we go. I guess I was actually supposed to be escorting this guy. I wasn't sure about that. And then I kind of just did whatever. Hopefully he doesn't die on me if I fail it. I don't know if you can. I mean, he is at like half health. Alright, let me clear my conditions. Alright, how about we get this, we'll get this raven back home, and then I will stop the stream. But now that I started this, let's finish this. Let's finish this escort. Oh, all of the guys are coming now. I see. Holy shit. Oh, and I didn't press my panic button. Cool. Somehow I thought I was gonna survive that. Alright, well, how about we wrap up the stream there? I'm gonna have to go over and... Oh, wait. Nope. Now the quest is gonna fail. See, the guys are gonna die. Raven died. Did that actually fail me? I don't think... Okay, so that didn't fail it, so that's cool. I think I'm just gonna have to try that again. Anyway, alright, guys. Thanks for joining. I hope you all enjoyed. Follow if you haven't already. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. Having a great time. I'll catch you all later. I'll be back on Friday. We'll see you then. All right.